Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Raina Teas. Now, before we get started, you guys know the routine. Check the link in the description box because there is where you can contact us for our services. Like you guys know, we provide spell work services, honey. Two witches doing spell work for you on your behalf. We provide spell boxes, custom made spell boxes, honey, charged, dressed, blessed, energy sent down from the universe, imbued objects that we charge for you, both witches, and we mail to you custom, okay? Full audio instructions, written instructions. We guide you through the entire process where you do magic on the level of Raina Teas, okay? We provide that for you. We also provide tarot card readings and consultations, honey, life coaching, and we provide spell candles charged and dressed and blessed, imbued upon, and we can light it here for you or we can mail it to you, okay? So check the link in the description box for our services. Now let's get it started. So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about lucid dreaming. And you may ask, what is lucid dreaming? Well, lucid dreaming is when you are fully aware in a dream that you are dreaming and you act accordingly. Now, what does act accordingly mean? Well, that means that you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, okay? Now, the reason that I'm bringing this video up is because I have re-immersed myself into my dream world and my lucid dreaming world. I actually am taking a break from smoking weed. And for those of you who don't know, smoking weed can inhibit your REM sleep cycle, which is your rapid eye movement cycle. And the rapid eye movement cycle is the place where lucid dream happens. And it happens usually right before you wake up in that last cycle. Now, there are channels on YouTube that are completely dedicated to the art of lucid dreaming. So I'm not going to go in full detail on the how-tos and all of that, even though I will speak on some of that in this video. But if you want more detail on how to lucid dream, like very detailed, just look it up on YouTube or you can Google it, and there's a plethora of information pertaining to lucid dreaming. So yeah, since I'm taking my little break from smoking, my dreams have just rushed in like so strong and powerful. And oh my God, you guys, literally the first night that I stopped smoking, okay, the first night I had a fucking lucid dream. That shit was amazing. And I'll tell you guys the dream. Well, should I tell you guys the dream? Well, in the dream, I was walking down a hallway or something like that, and I'm with a group of people, and there's a girl or somebody next to me, and she's carrying a round clock. A round clock, just like you see on the walls. And when I look at the clock, I notice that the clock does not have numbers. It has like these weird hieroglyphs or something like that. And that is what activates my lucid dream. Now I'm gonna break it down later on that, like how you can get activated in a dream. But looking at that clock and seeing that clock activated my lucid dream, and I literally, and I still remember the feeling. It's like right in that moment, I realized that I was in a dream. Immediately, it was like a wake-up call, like, oh my God, I'm in a dream. And once I realized it, I looked at my hands. And when I looked at my hands, I willed fire to come out of my hands. And that is something that I do when I lucid dream. The minute that I realize that I'm dreaming, I look at my hands and I make fire come out. And when I made the fire come out, it was so vivid. Like when I looked at my hands, like that shit was like clear. Like it was like being awake. It was vivid color. Like I wasn't waking up. That shit was like detailed as a motherfucker. So I made the fire come out, and I literally sprayed everybody with fire. Like, I lit the whole motherfucking hallway on fire with everybody in it, okay? And um, it was a man. He saw me do this, and I guess he was coming after me, and I flew out of it. Like, I flew, okay? And I flew out of the building, and I was flying up in the sky, and I could see trees, I could see apartment buildings, and I ended up flying to an apartment building. Of course, you know, when I landed, I landed on the ground, and I hid. I hid behind like a staircase, um, and some bushes, and I see him walking towards me, maybe 20 or 30 feet away, and then I come out of hiding, and I summoned a whirlwind, a whirlwind that threw his ass up in the air. And the minute that he landed on the ground from the whirlwind that threw his ass up in the air, I raised my hand up in the air, and when I like pushed my hand down, a lightning bolt from the sky came and lit his ass up like that shit, bam, and struck his ass. And then I woke up. So that was amazing. That was my first night of not smoking. Immediately, I had a lucid dream, and I was aware that I was in a dream, and that shit was off the chain. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about a couple of suggestions to help you lucid dream. And one of those that's very important is having a dream journal. Writing down your dreams is very important because a big part of lucid dreaming is dream recall or remembering your dreams. Okay. If you don't remember your dreams, how are you going to know that you even had a dream, that you had a lucid dream? The whole point of having a lucid dream is waking up and remembering it, you know? So, very important is to record your dreams every single morning that you wake up, okay? And that is very tedious. So something that I do is I record my voice on my phone when I wake up in the morning. When I wake up before I go to work and I'm in the bathroom taking my number two, I sit in the dark in the bathroom, and I have my voice recorder on, and I'm recording my dream. Okay, so that is very important. Dream journal recording, that's essential. If you're not doing that, it's going to be really hard for you to have that dream recall and remember important details of your dreams. Okay, now something else that I do, I wear a blindfold when I go to sleep, because in my room, when the sun comes, it does shine in my room, and the light does go through my eyelids, and I can, you know, it wakes me up. And I read this online that when the light hits your eyelid, chemicals are released in your brain that stimulate you to wake up and kind of get you in the mode of waking up. And it's going to be hard for you to go back to sleep. So that blindfold keeps my eyelids and my eyes in complete darkness. And I don't know the difference between night and day when I'm wearing that blindfold, okay? And another thing that I do is I also wear earplugs when I go to sleep. Now, the reason why this started, well, to be honest, this started back in 2011 when I started my earplug journey. And the reason is because at that time I was going to college and I had a roommate, and that roommate was very loud in the mornings and all of this stuff. So I bought earplugs when I lived with them, and I stopped using them for a couple of years. But last year, actually, there was construction going on the sidewalk next to my house, and also I live by a school, and there was reconstruction going on in the school, and there was a lot of noise in the mornings because they started their construction early. So I bought the earplugs again. I bought like like a hundred or 200. It comes in a little jar or whatever. So I use those, and using the blindfold and the earplugs, it keeps me plugged into the dream world. So I'm literally locked in the dream world, and there's no outside stimulus to take me out of the dreams. Now, the bad part about that is that, let's say I have a nightmare, or a scary dream, well, not even a scary dream, but like a dream that's not pleasant, I basically have to play it out until my body wakes up. I mean, I have had honey dreams that I'm not even gonna talk about, but I'm a G, so I thug it out and I wake up and I'm like, thank God it was a dream, okay? So yeah, blindfold and earplugs for me work very much to keep me in the dream world, because a lot of times dreams aren't stable, or dreams, or you feel like you're going to wake up and it's hard to go back, even though that is possible to wake up from a dream and immediately go back to it. But with a blindfold and earplugs, it's a lot easier to stay in the dream for the long term and experience the complete dream without having to wake up. Now, another thing that I used back in 2011, which I haven't used recently and hasn't worked for me, to be honest, like it did back in 2011, is using binaural beats. Now, you can find binaural beats on YouTube, and the one that I used was 4.5 gigahertz. Now, binaural beats are these tones that you listen to either during the day or as you fall asleep, and I would have them play in my ear the whole night that I'm sleeping. And I kid you not, I went from writing one page in my dream journal back in 2011 to literally writing like 10, 11, 12, even 15 pages of different dreams back to back that I would have in one night. Okay, it was amazing. The detail and the depth and the vividness and the colors and all of the things that I would see, it was amazing. So I had a definite deep dream journey back in 2011 that I actually have many books and pages in my grimoire and separate journals that I have my dreams written in. So that's very important. Binaural beats help you a lot. Like if you don't know or have or don't or haven't tried other techniques, or they seem kind of difficult for you to use, binaural beats can be a very easy way for you to get into the lucid state. So that's very important. Now, another another technique or another implement that I use is a pill called galantamine, and you can find this on Amazon. It is a supplement that you use that helps you induce lucid dreaming. Okay, yes, there is a pill for this. Now, the only drawback about this pill is that it is not suggested that you take it every day. It is suggested that you take it once a week. Okay, that is the maximum that I suggest you to take it. Maybe some people want to take it maybe every 3 days or every 4 days, because you do build up a tolerance for it. And it's not suggested to take 2 pills, okay? It's to take one. And I'm telling you, I actually have a bottle of galantamine. I've only taken it like twice, because when I took the 2 times that I've taken it, I was smoking at that time. And even with me smoking, okay, and like I said earlier, weed is a REM inhibitor. So it does inhibit your dreams and it prevents you from remembering your dreams. So even with me smoking weed, I was able to have a lucid dream, okay? And imagine if I wasn't smoking, how intense would that be? And honestly, the reason I haven't taken it is because I tend to go to sleep late. And the trick with galantamine is that you're supposed to sleep for like 4 to 5 hours, wake up, take the galantamine, and then go back to sleep. Now, with galantamine, as far as my experience with it, it's a little hard to fall back asleep once you take that pill. So it's best to take it during the weekend when you don't have to go to work, or whatever days that you have off. It's better to take it on an off day than to take it during the week, because it might be hard for you to go back to sleep, because this pill, it stimulates your REM, and like I said, the REM happens right before you wake up, so it's like in that in between state, so um, it does kind of keep you up a little bit, so you have to kind of fight that. And when I was smoking, I did notice that it's a brief window for you to have a lucid dream. So I would just have one. And if let's say I was woken up before I could have a lucid dream, and I went back to sleep, I didn't have a lucid dream. You know what I'm saying? So it's like maybe not smoking will be a different result, but when I was smoking, I literally had just a small window to have a lucid dream. But I was successful the times that I did take it. Um, but there was, well, that's not true. You know, there was like maybe one time that like I was awoken prior to me being able to get that lucid dream, and I wasn't able to have it. But I did have like a regular dream that was more detailed. So galantamine is definitely an option for those who want to try lucid dreaming, but it's not something to take every day. It's something to kind of get the ball rolling on lucid dreaming, but you're supposed to learn how to do it yourself. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about techniques that you can do in waking life to help you induce a lucid dream in your sleep life. And this information you can find on these YouTube pages that I told you guys about, or on different websites. And one of these is reality checks. Now, reality checks are things that you do during your waking life to kind of like, it's like a repeat thing that you do during your waking life. I don't know how to explain it like how I want to. Okay, what it is basically is one example of a reality check is you taking, let's say, your left index finger and pressing it on your right palm. So you take your left index finger and you press it on your right palm, your open palm, and you press down on it. And while you do this, you ask yourself, is this real? Or am I dreaming? And you ask this question, and you do this throughout the day, every day, multiple times a day. And what happens is when you have a dream, in the dream, you are going to do this, okay? In the dream, you are going to take your finger and put it on your palm. The difference is that when you put it in your palm, in the dream, your finger is going to go through your palm like a ghost. And when that happens, you get activated and you snap and you're like, oh my God, I'm in a dream. And then you do whatever you want to do. Another reality check is you counting your fingers. So that's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you do that multiple times a day. And you ask, is this real or am I dreaming? And when you have a dream, you're going to do this same thing in the dream. But in the dream, you may not have 5 fingers, or you may have more than 5 fingers, or it's something is going to happen that's going to activate you, okay? That's another example. And another example is, like I told you guys in the beginning, it's that clock. If you have a round clock or you have a clock and you look at the clock and then you ask, is this real or am I dreaming? Now, what's going to happen in a dream is you're going to see a clock in the dream, and you look away from the clock and then you look back at the clock in the dream, and the clock will be completely different, or it's going to have completely different numbers or no numbers at all, or it's going to look very weird, and that's going to activate you and you're going to realize I'm in a dream. Okay? Now, what you do when you're in a dream is up to you. Oh, I'm sorry, one more. Now, this is a technique that I only ever did once in my life, and this is a clapping technique. And this is a technique that helps you stay in the dream if you feel like you're about to wake up. Now, like I said, this only happened to me once, but years ago, I was having a dream that I was in a bodega actually, and I was talking to somebody, and I felt like I was gonna wake up. Mind you, in the dream, okay, while I'm in the dream, I felt like I was gonna wake up, and I began to clap in the dream. I started clapping, and that helps you stay in the dream. Okay, like doing that will help the dream solidify again and keep you from waking up. So that is a technique that you can do to help you keep the dream stable. Now, what you can do in a lucid dream is up to you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Usually, when I lucid dream, I'm looking for penis. I'm looking for men to give oral sex to. I'm being honest with you guys. That's what I do, okay? I have many a plethora of lucid dreams that I could tell you guys and read to you guys from my dream journals of my escapades of being a astral or lucid whore. But yeah, when I lucid dream, a lot of times I'm looking for men. Okay, I'm looking for fine, attractive men to slob their knob. I will be honest, and I have lots of fun doing that. So I'm either doing that in lucid dreams, um, or I'm fighting bad guys. You know, you could be flying, all type of stuff. And one thing that I've been doing recently is using powers or abilities in the lucid world. And I have acquired certain abilities in the lucid world. And like I mentioned to you guys in my first dream, one of them being is pyrokinesis, or releasing fire out of my palms. And this is something that I have learned to do in lucid dreaming, and that now I do the minute that I realize that I'm lucid dreaming. So the second that I'm in a dream and I'm activated, that I'm in the dream, I look at my palms immediately and I will fire to come out. And I just look at my palms and I just visualize the fire, because in the lucid world and even in the astral world, your intent or your will responds faster than in the physical realm here. Here in the 3D realm, we have to do magic to manifest. But in the astral and lucid world, we just think it and it comes. So I think of fire coming out of my hands and I begin to see the smoke coming out, and then bam, the fire comes out, and I do the shit immediately. Like it's like reflex now. The second I know that I'm in a lucid dream, I look at my hands and I will fire to come out. So that just happens. And I use this to throw at enemies. I use it just to like have it come out. Something else that I do when I lucid dream is telekinesis. I move objects with my mind, but I use my hands to direct the objects. And I move objects. I throw people across the room as well. I've had fights with enemies that I throw across the room. You know, I fly in lucid dreams. I'm very proficient at flying at different speeds. Something that I also learn how to do, like I told you guys in the first dream, is lightning bolts. I'm able to cause lightning to strike from the sky and even have it come out of my hands. So these are abilities that I like to learn and that I have learned because, you know, I have situations in dreams where I have to fight bad guys, or I have to fight a group of people, you know what I'm saying? And I'm over here whooping ass, okay? And it's something that feels good. I feel powerful, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels amazing to have these abilities and to be able to do these things. And even when I have my sexual escapades, and to walk up to anybody who I want to, attractive men, and just, you know, go down on them, that shit is amazing. I love it. So yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. Don't want to ramble too much, but these are my little experiences and my little tips on lucid dreaming. I may give you guys a little story time dream tease later on. You know, we'll see. But let me know what you guys think. If you've had any experiences lucid dreaming or any such things, please let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you on the next one.